Sloss and Humphries on the road.
Muggins and cream and muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
That's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head that makes you laugh. They said it can't be done.
Are we in the same seats?
That's hack.
Muggles.
Accidental rim job in the park.
Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Or am I just being cynical?
Muggled it up on fucking Mugglepedia.
Where have you been since 9/11?
You can just never tell if it's like, well, that's one way to start.
Cheers, cream.
Cheers. We have Chink.
We forgot what?
Oh, let's not. Come on now.
We'll just clink our glasses because we have finished the European leg of the tour. And I'm very proud of this. We've finished with the finish.
Oh, God.
We're in Finland, we're in Helsinki.
I mean, it's an awful joke.
It's so apt. No, it's not a joke, it's a fact. We finished with the finish.
Nah,
and we started in pole position.
Because we
Polish.
were in Poland. I mean, people
it's
go, how do you stay funny for the whole tour? As you can see, we clearly don't.
We go insane. Not even drunk right now. I've got a glass of wine though.
Aye, we've earned it. It's always wine o'clock somewhere. That's something Muggles say.
Wine
and
o'clock.
and my mum is, Mum, I know you're listening. Go drink wine in the corner. You know that's muggly.
I bet your mum has got.
You can't bet my mum. She's not your property.
No, I bet. I raise you. I raise you.
Right, I bet you.
I bet your mum and I raise an eyebrow. So I'm going to bet that your mum has somewhere got like a mantra in the kitchen that says something along the lines of I cook with wine. Fucking.
Oh, yeah. I cook with wine. Sometimes I even put it in the food.
Yeah.
She absolutely will have that, but I will offer her the defence of that will have been bought for her.
Aye. What? So what? Like, buy me a pair of Crocs. I'm not fucking wearing them.
If I buy you Crocs, you're fucking wearing them, mate. It's a gift. If I buy you Crocs, you're absolutely wearing Crocs.
Slapping you right across the mouth with them.
Nah, you're wearing them.
Fucking knock your teeth out with them.
Nah.
Just fucking crock their shit.
Have you ever worn Crocs?
Why they call it a crock of shit?
Have you ever worn Crocs?
Nah.
Surprisingly comfortable. It's dead gilly. So I was in Disney.
You wore Crocs?
Yeah, because I was in Disney. No, don't worry. The story's got a cool start. So I was in Disney World with my family.
50-year-old like dad trying to be cool.
Yeah, I was in Disney World, and this was years ago. So like basically, 4 years after I got into comedy, because my parents had like just looked after me that whole time, let me stay with them, buy them all the gigs. My parents funded my first fringe show and stuff. When I came into a bit of money, I'd always promised that I'd take my whole family out to Disney. So that was like the first step. So I got to pay a lot of it, take everyone out there. And my dad was wearing Crocs, and I was just giving him such a hard time. But the thing is, my dad...
Why is your dad wearing Crocs?
Because here's my argument about my dad. My dad is...
Your dad wore Crocs? We're not even playing your dad game?
My dad...
It would have been a fucking slam over
my dad,
your dad wears
my
Crocs.
dad wears slippers and sandals because my dad's...
Does he wear Crocs with his double denim?
Probably. Because the thing is, my dad just doesn't give a shit like about what people...
You can tell?
Yeah, doesn't give a shit. He's like... Anyone that's like, oh, you're wearing Crocs, he's like, yeah, but every time I go, you're wearing Crocs, I'm like, yeah, but I fuck your mum.
No, hold on. I get it if you go, oh, what are you doing? Like, you're wearing like big fucking caterpillar boots. Yeah. You're like, yeah, but they've got practical use. I don't give a fuck that I look like I'm going to work with steel toe caps on. They've got practical use. There's no practical use to Crocs.
There is.
So you clearly give a fuck about what people think if you're putting Crocs on because you're making a statement by wearing Crocs.
No, because my dad didn't even know. Because my dad didn't even know they were Crocs. My mum bought them for him. And that's how my dad works. Whatever clothes he gets bought, he wears. Like that's my dad doesn't.
Even if they're Crocs.
Yeah. So he puts them on.
He bought him a tutu, and he just go, all right.
Nah, you're coming in for this. You've only been you've been persuaded by the media.
No,
to hate Crocs.
Hold on a minute. I can make my own fucking mind up about what that Crocs.
Mate, I've seen your fashion. No, you absolutely don't.
I've barely got fashion. I wear a fucking pair of Converse and plain jeans and pretty plain t-shirts.
Which your girlfriend decided on all those things.
Your girlfriend decided on them.
She made you go shopping and went with you specifically.
She steered me in the right direction.
You want to get into this game, Kat? There was one time that you were trusted to go...
I used to wear baggier clothes because I didn't want to show off my muscles. And she was like, no, you want to wear some tighter stuff. Just show off what you've got. Like, get out there, strut your stuff, put yourself on display. You know what it is? She's just marketing us. Just putting us out there. Oh, man, I was just wanting to
Sounds like she's trying to get fucking rid of you, mate.
I just wanted to be demure. I wanted to hide it all and be...
The one time that you went out and bought yourself...
A red jacket, the blue sleeves.
You bought yourself something without Natalie's permission, right? Because I like your fashion. I do.
Permission.
Yeah.
Give me permission.
Oh, absolutely. Because she went out and she changed all your clothes, and then one day you were like, you came in wearing a fucking sweater. And I went, well, I remember a shirt. What it said, Holly.
Oh, I was on a come down. I took pills at Electric Picnic. Mate, I'd been on fucking pills all night, right? Fucking woke up, had a gig to do, didn't have any clean clothes, just the fucking stuff I'd slummed in and a thing. Walked into H&M, bought a sweater that said Hollywood instead of Hollywood on the front, right? I wore it once, went straight in the bin.
Yeah, and the reason I went straight in the bin was because you came in and went, who the fuck let you buy that? And the first thing
Natalie didn't like it. Natalie didn't like it, and she made that clear, but so did everybody I bumped into.
Yeah.
What did it even mean, Hollywood?
That was the problem, because
you know what I thought it meant? Like, holy what? Like,
and you can't spell.
Holy what?
No, but anyway, to get back, the reason my dad was wearing coat, bought for him, like he's just walking around, and I was the same. I'm like, you're a fucking mug. Those are stupid. But all I've got are either sandals, like fucking flip flops that keep coming off, like on all the rides and stuff, and I've got my shoes, but it's fucking roasting in Florida. And my mum was like, look, just buy some Crocs, right? Just wear them around. It'll be comfy, and I won't tell anyone.
Well, they even sweat. It's plastic.
Mate, no. It's like a magical type. And I told, mate, don't worry. Feel free to take the piss, because I'm about to give you infinite more ammo for the piss taking I'm about to receive. Okay, so I put them on, and I'm devastated by this. Comfy as fuck. Like they stay on, they fit. I'm walking around. It's like walking on clouds a little bit, right? They can get wet, but it doesn't matter because it all fucking bleeds out because it's all plastic. So you can go on all the log flumes and all the rides. It's perfect for Disney. Everything falls off. You can go and pull them. It's fine. This is when it gets lame. Because they got little holes in them, like all the way through the top. In Disney, you can buy and win little badges that fit the holes, and you can decorate your Crocs with all the different...
like a fucking goth. Like a goth muggle.
Me and my dad were in a competition for all of Disney, trying to win ones in different games.
I couldn't imagine me and Kev fucking stooping them. Absolute depths of despair. We have fucking croc badges. Fucking Disneyland.
Me and Martin.
Pub with paint. Paint we had par.
Nah, me and Martin representing. Tell you what though, you've been to Disney, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Go on, tell your story, because I know I didn't even mean to set this up, but I do know where you're going.
I don't know if you know where I'm going actually.
It was why you went to Disney.
We're looking for the Little Mermaid ride. Because we heard it was good.
No, you didn't. What, from a 7-year-old?
No, it was one of the ones we hadn't done. We're going for the Little Mermaid ride. And then we asked directions of a member of staff, and he was like, "Wait till you see Ariel, hubba hubba." And it was a legit hubba hubba. It wasn't like hubba hubba. I'm being ironic. Like this American dude meant hubba hubba. You know what else I've heard sincerely as well? In New York, someone say capiche. In like real terms, like,
oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
hey, you do capiche?
Yeah, but that's Italian though.
Oh man, that's amazing.
My one in New York that blew my mind, and I was like, "There's no way that just happened." I was in New York. Someone walked across the road, car skidded to a halt, and the guy, I'm shitting you not, went, "Hey, I'm walking here."
Oh, you saw them?
No way.
Yeah.
Nobody actually says that.
Yeah, exactly. When you see like a hubba hubba, a capiche, I'm walking here. Another one would be sacre bleu.
Sacre
if you saw
bleu.
a French person go sacre bleu, you're like, "Oh, I've got that on me." Oh, and ooh la la.
Apparently, ooh la la and sacre bleu are properly not French at all. I dated a French chick for a while, very good fan, and I just kept on saying sacre bleu, and she's like, "I don't even know where you think that's come from."
The sac is blue.
No, it's sacred blue.
Sacred blue.
Because France's colours are blue, so it's like
Sacre bleu. But
yeah.
it's like when you're mad at something.
Oh.
When I went to Florida, that was
why did you go to Disney?
I went on a little man date.
And you didn't have a croc off?
I didn't have a croc off, but I went to fuck. I didn't actually go to the Little Mermaid. I just asked directions for it at one point.
It was too far away.
Got sidetracked.
Bye.
I don't know. Just bits and bobs.
It's a small world.
Stuff to do. People to see. Can I see a man about a dog?
Well, who knows?
So my mate Carl, Critchley, he bought a holiday to Florida for him and his girlfriend to go on her birthday, and he just told her to keep the time off. Didn't tell her where she was going or anything. And then Carl's brother Lee, one of my best mates, Rouge, rang us up. Went, "Kai, can he get to Florida on Friday?" Like Wednesday. I was like, dude, I've got tons of work, I haven't got any money, he's like, it's a free holiday, Carl needs someone to go with. His fucking girlfriend dumped him, she's been having an affair with that boss. She went to funded, she was going to Florida, she was like, I can't go with you, I've been fucking cheating on you the whole while. And I was like, oh, the poor cunt. And I was like, nah, there's no way I can go to Florida, like, fucking 2 days time, are you kidding us? What was I, like, 19, 20 maybe? And I went back to sleep, and then I woke up like, the fucking day, that's a free trip to Florida. I rang everybody I knew and I was like, can I borrow 100 quid? I think I must have borrowed 100 quid off of fucking 10 people to get me spending money, right? Just phoning where I can. No,
What's it for? Oh, it's for croc badges. For
I just went on a proper date with my pal to fucking Disneyland. Just me and Carl. It was a fucking belter. We met these two girls.
No, this is the
We met them on the Men in Black ride.
Oh, the shooty one.
The shooty one, because it's falling a fucking cart, isn't it? So they come in worse, we're fucking dominated. Shot the shit out of some aliens.
Oh, you're trying to make this is what I love about you, is because you tell so many sad stories, but you just have
Fucking
this
sad story. I'm in Florida shooting the shit with loads of bitches. Fucking take this away from me. It's my heyday. I'm talking about the glory days here.
I remember back in my day, me and your Uncle Carl got 200,000 points on the Men in Black, right?
So, so they were at the UCL Florida campus. Anyway, the University of Florida, and they wanted to meet us afterwards. So they were going back, and we were going back to International Drive where we were staying. And then we arranged to meet them at this cocktail bar at a specific time, and we called a taxi. And this limo pulled up, and the dude went, I've been driving the limo, I've got to go all the way back to where you're headed to pick up the taxi and then come back to get you, so do you mind just getting in the limo?
And you were like, and you, the same guy that turned in Florida, was like, no, we'll wait for the taxi. When he's halfway down the road, it's like the end of Dumb and Dumber, and you're like, do you realise what we've just done?
But man, have you seen pictures of me when I was like 19, 20
You were an absolutely disgusting teenager.
So I had like
Bleach
ginger hair, but I
blonde.
bleached it, but you could still tell I was ginger. There was no disguising it. I just looked like I was trying to hide. So right, and Carl is ginger as fuck. Like Carl is like ginger.
Yeah.
Whites of his eyes are
Yeah,
ginger.
he's so ginger he gets his own parking space. Like, that's how ginger he
Yeah.
is.
People are looking to see him get out the car on the disabled base. His hair.
Oh, like,
Let him get
that's-
on with it.
That's fair. The sun will burn him if he goes too further.
Yeah. He's lactose intolerant, still stinks of milk. But by the way, pound for pound, the hardest man I've ever met. He's a lightweight kid. He must weigh about fucking 9 stone wet through, but I would not fight the little cunt. He's vicious.
He is. You've
He
told
bit
me.
my belly once in a fight.
He bit, well, after blowing raspberries on it.
Nah, he's fighting with me, bit my belly, and fucking made up and went swimming.
There's a lot of Carl stories. So Kai's childhood stories are all about fights he was in, or fights he was nearly in, or when he got his head kicked in, or when he kicked someone's head in. Can you tell this?
Fucking mean streets, man.
Can you tell?
Can't be muggins for nothing, mean muggin.
Oh, we'll get to this in a second. Just please tell the story about the raspberry.
Right. So I got chased one time, right? I was coming back home from school, and I used to walk the same way.
I don't know.
every
I know this story, and I will interrupt you in it, but only because I really want to dissect. Because to me, I love these stories about your childhood because it's so different to my upbringing and my experience as a child, and I feel like for a lot of people, the podcast also won't have had that experience, and they'll be. I'm going to raise all the questions that normal people would ask.
Right.
So why are you being chased home?
You know, like in Blythe, when you're a kid, some people are after you. It's just how it is. Some people are after you.
Why?
God, nah, because you looked at someone funny or you nicked someone's pugs or like whatever. You just like put chewing gum on the hair or whatever. Like, I don't know. There's rivalries. And sometimes it's just territorial as well. Like I know there was like just across Ford Drive, there was a group of kids that played there, and there was a group of kids that played
Kids
in
own turf.
What?
Kids
No,
own.
but that's like the streets that you play out
Okay,
on.
yeah.
But then when you get older, there's not much to do in Blythe, so you just hang around the streets and you just drink on the streets. And then as you get older and more testosterone, like you get a little bit more like bumping heads, you know. So
So how old were you then?
oh, this wasn't that old, but I was still like, let's say I was 13.
Right.
So I'm 13, right? I'm walking home from school, and there's this fucking kid that's after us. I think I battered his cousin. We had this thing where like I got into a fight, and then it escalated, and loads of other people ended up. It doesn't matter. So anyway, this kid's chasing us, and I was pretty quick as a kid. I was swift. So,
So used to being chased.
And honestly, man, I fucking knew all the shortcuts. I could climb a wall like you've never seen. I was like parkour, right? So fucking just ducked over a couple of walls and jumped under a couple of trees. So mate, I fucking come in the top end of the street, to the opposite end of my street to where my school is, because I've just ran around the whole of fucking Blythe, right? And I'm fucking gassing out of my arse, sweating like you wouldn't believe. And I just come down, and there's my buddy Rouge at the front door of his house, 2 doors down from me, right? There's only one house between mine and his. And he was just looking at us coming down the street, and he's just looking at us with a little smirk on his face. And I'm fucking sweating. I'm not gonna. I've got the fear of God in us, right? Like I'm ready for war, right? And Rouge just looked at us and went,
and blew a raspberry.
but then said, "Raspberry." I knocked him the fuck out, man. I fucking punched him right in the dish. And me and Lee are fucking best mates from like born, right? But we used to fight like cat and dog, and he's given me a couple of chinnings, I've given him a couple of chinnings. We used to just sharpen each other's tools. Right?
So you knocked him out because he blew a raspberry.
I just fucking went in, just fucking hit him with a left, and then went back in the house. Fucking Rouge just didn't know what was going on. He just thought he'd cheer up his mate. Okay, look sad. Raspberry dish, right? So fucking felt bad on Rouge. I didn't feel bad at the time. I was still hyped, right? So I get in, and I just see fucking Carl's little head,
Little ginger head.
little ginger fucking melon bob. I love these lads so dearly, right? I just saw his little ginger heat bobbing across the window in the front room. Doof, 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 fucking knock at the door. I think, oh, fucking Carl's full of hell because I just punched Rouge in the face.
For no reason.
Aye. So I just opened the door and punched him. I didn't even let him get a word out. I knew what he was there for. He's coming to take us in because I just knocked his brother for nothing.
So
Like he should.
double down.
So I just doubled down. I fucking bobbed him on the nose now. Then when we made friends, went on a bike ride. That's how we lived. That's how we lived back then. So fucking Rouge rang us to see if I'd gone on holiday with Carl. I had a little nap on it. Decided 100% I would. So now I'm on International Drive.
Right, waiting for this limo.
Get in this limo, me and fucking Carl, just 2 ginger little fucking Kevin and Perry looking motherfuckers. Just get in the limo, get out, have cocktails for the birds. Could we fuck seal the deal? No game.
Even with a limo.
No game having motherfuckers. We're in Florida in a limo. Fucking
And they're still like...
went to a party, right? That was like, I was 21 because
You could drink.
I could get the drinks and Carl couldn't, so Carl must have been
Is Carl a lot younger than you?
a lot younger than me. Aye. He would
Is
have been
Rouge the
18.
big brother?
Rouge is the older brother, so he's like, there's like a year between me and Rouge.
Wait, so
And then
Rouge got his
Carl's
little
2
brother
years.
to come beat you up?
Man, he met Carl quickly.
I have, he's terrifying.
So,
Yeah, I have.
I had one time when Lee and Carl were living 2 doors down when his dad had moved out and Lee owned the house, right? And Kelly lived there, and Carl was living
Kelly
there
is
as well.
his ex-wife.
His ex-girlfriend. And Kelly just come and hammered on my door and went, "Kai, come and help Lee and Carl having a fight," which was just hysterical, right? This must have been, I'm going to say they were like 23 and 25,
Yeah.
right? And I was
So
like,
Rouge,
oh, fuck.
the friend, and Carl, like Rouge, the guy you punched. And
Oh, they're
Carl's-
both like two of my dearest friends. So Rouge is the older brother, and he's like fucking old school best mate. You know, like we're like something off the Goonies. Would have like a secret handshake and shit. Skin it, and he went like rub his skin on my hands. If I ever fell out, he had his hand out and gone skin it. And I'm like, "No, fucking you dick, you puff up my belly, skin it." And then I just wiped my hand across the top of his. That was my little fucking secret handshake. Pair of legends. So where was I? So Kelly hammers on the door. This is in the fucking dark of night as well. Like my mum and dad got out of bed to see what was going on. I was just still up, probably about to watch the Freeview. And I just walked out of the road, and the door was open. Went in, and the fucking living room was upside down. Man, the table was on its side. The fucking cabinets were smashed. They'd been kicking living shit out of each other, right? And Carl was pinned down on his back by Lee, who's the bigger dude out of the two of them, right? And Lee had a knee on each shoulder and had him pinned down, right? Lee was terrified and Carl looked sound as fuck. So Carl's the one that's pinned down, right? And he's just staring at Lee like fucking evil eyes.
Staring through his soul.
And Rouge just looked at me and went, "Kai, he's gonna kill us." Carl's a fucking Tasmanian devil, man. So I just started, I started stroking Carl's face.
Oh, like that's going to calm him
this
down.
Is like after, this is like after we'd been to Florida, like fucking we're adults at this point, right? I was stroking his face. I was like, how are you, dude, man? I love you both. Don't do this to each other. You fucking eat each other alive.
Allow me to translate. Don't do this to each other. I love you both. Calm down.
He just looked at us and went, stop touching me face, you puff. A little bit of casual homophobia.
Yeah, but
the best of Family Feud.
End of the fight.
Did?
Yeah, absolutely end of the fight. We're at 20 minutes. I had to just... did I tell you the greatest Florida story I've ever heard after I was in New York last year? I can't remember if I've told it on the podcast.
Greatest Florida story?
Yeah, the guy who had a younger brother who had cerebral palsy. Have I told this on the podcast?
I don't think so. Go for it.
So I'm doing this stuff. My show last year is about my sister Josie, who had cerebral palsy, who died when I was 9 years old, right? And the thing I'm really enjoying about the show is after every show, most shows, I get parents of people with disabilities, I get people with disabilities or someone I know, and each one of them are just sort of thanking me just because I spoke about it honestly and stuff, and they're like, everything you said we can absolutely fucking relate to. So after the show in New York, this guy and his dad come up. The kid must be about 19. And his dad's like, my youngest, 17, he's got cerebral palsy. And he's like, I love the show. And the brother's like, yeah, it was really fucking funny. We can fully relate to it. Do you want another story? And I'm like, sure. Normally when fans say, do you want another story? It's a shit story, but you just listen to be nice.
Yeah, because what happens is you go like, oh, I'm a professional storyteller. I'm really good at this. And you feel like you're going to have to save their story.
Oh, right. This guy needed no help.
Yeah.
So he's like, what would you say was your favourite thing about having a disabled sibling when she was alive? And it's a weird question because you always assume that disability is always sadness and whatever, but there are some huge advantages to it just from the inside thing. But because I'd never spoken to someone with disabled siblings before, I didn't know if I could be honest about it. I didn't know if my honesty was normal or whether I was cruel. But I was like, theme parks. Because if you've got a disabled sibling, front of the line at all the fucking...
Oh shit, can you slipstream behind them? Can you get there as well?
Yeah, because we're part of the family. So whenever me and Josie were down at Alton Towers...
Dude, monetize that shit. Why didn't you just make friends with another family and just go, fucking look, there's $50 each, you can come with us?
Man, it was straight all the way through. Like when we were down because Josie had this, honestly, this laugh and this infectious smile. We get to the front of the fucking roller coaster, right? Front row.
I got that with Carl because he's that ginger.
We go around the ride once. The guy running the ride sees how much Josie's laughing and just puts it around 3 or 4 more times. Free rides, all the fucking shit. So the guy's like, so I went, theme parks, and the guy goes, fucking theme parks. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know this was relatable. And he's like, we did it in Disney. Have you done it in Disney? I was like, no, we never got to go to Disney with Josie. He was like, oh man, in Disney, they'd love a disabled person, right? They can't go far enough. We met all the characters, all these free fucking stuff. This is the most magical kingdom on earth. This is a happy place on earth. They go well and above the Call of Duty. So he's telling me about how great it is. Same thing, front and right, free pictures. Guessed about midday. They've been there since 9 a.m. It's a hot day. It's Florida. The guy's about 11. His brother was about 9. So brother about midday gets tired. So his mum goes, I don't want to stop you guys going on all the rides. So me and your younger brother, we'll just lay on the grass. I'll let him sleep and I'll just chill here and sunbathe. And you two can go on all the rides to him and his dad. And I was like, yeah, okay. And he goes, well, like, we'd become accustomed to not waiting in lines and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I can understand that. Like, you've lived the good life. Why would you want to live? You don't want to see what the grass is greener on the other side in that situation. What did you do? And he goes, what do you think we fucking did? I'm like, there's no way. And he goes, well, yeah, brother's on the grass. He doesn't need the wheelchair. So, and I'm like, man, this gets so much. So again, with the story, I'm unaware morally about where the story lies. All I know is it's victimless. So therefore it's an absolutely fine fucking story. So he's like, I'm like, what happened? He goes, well, and the dad chimes in and goes, well, originally we were going to make it me But then we realised how weird it is to have an 11-year-old pushing around his disabled dad around the park.
Yeah.
So it had to be him. But it took a while, and I was like, what do you mean? He goes, well, because he was 11, because I know he loves his brother dearly, but he hadn't fully developed empathy at that point. So when he was pretending to be disabled, he was doing it in a horrifically offensive
like
way.
a cartoony.
Oh, like what?
Like throwing your arms around and
like
tongue
how-
in your bottom lip.
Like how Donald Trump describes him. That's what this kid's doing. So the dad's got to fucking audition and train this kid down to an acceptable level of disability where it's not offensive but also believable.
Oh no! So you went to like wheelchair camp for an hour.
Oh no, just half an hour, but just to be just smile, and he gets it, and they're going on all the rides, and it's working. They're getting front through. They're living the life, and I'm like, I'm loving this story because it's like in my head, I'm like, oh, this is so good and so awful, and just
Yeah,
I'm like,
and it's not terrible that they're doing it because they are living it.
yeah.
They are living it, so it's like, fucking me and you went to a theme park.
Oh, if we did it,
and
we're
just did
cunts.
that with no.
But even then,
Even though you've, where's the line?
that is
That is the line. He's crossed the line, hasn't he? But he's just across it.
I don't think
He's not as across it as.
I think the dad's more cross the line for allowing it to happen. If you're 11 years old and your dad goes, "Should we?" That's a fun fucking game. Like
It's almost like the parent and toddler parking bay, like somebody using that when the kids are at home.
Yeah.
You've got the car seat in, and you're like, "Well, I've got kids. I'm going to use
Yeah.
it." You're still doing, breaking the rules.
But this is the thing, like we could get into the morals of this and still never get to the bottom of it. But I go, so what went wrong with that? And he goes, oh, we're banned from Disney. And I went, how? And he goes, so we go on the fucking Magic Mountain, the Splash Mountain one. And they pick me up. They put me. My dad sits behind me, and I have a great time on the ride. Afterwards, they pick me off the ride. They put me back into the wheelchair, and as we're going round, one of the women goes, "Do you want a free photograph from the ride?" He dropped the act the second they're out of view of everyone, but completely forgot about the camera. So he's been pretending to be disabled this whole time, and then the camera is just him with his hands above his head, like. Biggest smile on his fucking face, and this Disney staff member's like, hold on a fucking second, either this is a miracle ride or you two are a
So
bit
you
of
mean he went full quad?
yeah,
He didn't need to act quad.
because it's not, but
So he went full like locked-in syndrome type of
cerebral
thing.
palsy
Like
is a lot of the time full sort of quad. You can still walk and stuff, but some people can't. Josie couldn't walk. His brother couldn't walk. Was still always in a wheelchair.
But he committed too hard to how disabled he was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he was just trying to emulate his brother because they didn't want to tone it. Because you know what, the risk you run if you're pretending to be disabled, if you disabled it down too much, you might not get to the front of the rides. I mean, you can't turn up and be like, I'm dyslexic. Get to the front of the ride. No.
Do you know when Gav broke his back?
Yeah.
And he'd had the surgery on his back, and he was like in a lot of pain. And he come to Rock Ness, but he was still in a lot of pain all the time. And he's like, he's mobile, but like. He went to use the disabled toilet, and the woman wouldn't let him use the disabled toilet. And he tried to be like, I've broke my back. I've had back surgery. You're going to make us walk all the way over there through the throngs of people. And so, like, there must be a real struggle for people that, like, that was a temporary situation for Gav. But I bet you people that are, like, there's like a blurry line of what's disabled enough to be...
there is this, because there's so many in... I don't want to say invisible disabilities, but it is kind of not immediately. You get all these people who leave notes on cars when people park in disabled car parking spaces, being like, "How fucking dare you?" And it always turns out that guy was, in a war, or the woman's got this, bone disease, and it's not visible because it's not what we assume disabled is, but it is still a disability. Like that parking space is still legitimately for those people. I hate fucking. I had a joke about it in the show last year. Is we always noticed whenever we were getting Josie out of the car after parking in a disabled car parking space, you watch people coming at the car judging whether you're disabled enough for that car parking space, and because they're trying to prove that you're lazy, and you're like, no, cunt, you're lazier than we are because you see this shorter distance to the shop as a fucking advantage. You miserable piece of shit. You're sitting there like,
You want the door space, not the couple extra yards.
Yeah.
You want the door space. You're not bothered even if the disabled space is at the back, would that be okay? Are you saying you aren't doing it because you're closer to the shop?
No, we were doing it for the closest shop. You got to set up a fucking pram, like, and you can't do that. Like the disabled bay.
Yeah, because it's got like the grid lines
the
either
grid
side.
lines. That's where you can set up the fucking trolley stuff. But there are people who, for walking, is a physical pain, but they're on painkillers and stuff. But that extra fucking 30, 40 feet can really take it out of them. Don't have the strength to push the fucking trolley for that.
You know what? It's silly me saying that this is annoying because it's not really annoying, but it is noteworthy. Is when you're driving around a packed, normally at Christmas, you're driving around a packed shopping centre car park, right, and it's full, except there's like hundreds of disabled bays that aren't being used, and you're like,
can I just have one?
You didn't need to cater that many.
Yeah.
Really, like there should maybe be like a switch where you can switch them to normal bays.
Electronic ones.
Yeah, like if you can just go, right, like switch the light on these ones that are regular parking bays.
Yeah.
Because there's so many times where I've been driving past like tens of
and
disabled parking bays.
It's not about parking
like,
further away. It's the fact that there's no parking spaces
yeah, it's
anywhere.
like there's so many available, and I don't think you're expecting like another 30 disabled people to just rock up.
Man, I've always wanted like road laws to be like interchangeable depending on the time of day. Like, I'll fully agree. I should not go above 20 miles an hour during school time. To go to my house in East Weems, you got to drive through Colton and Weems, and there's 2 schools on the way. Those are 20 mile an hour zones during the day. Now, one side of the road is the school, and on the other side of the road is a 6-foot wall, and then farm on the other side. But even though kids aren't crossing the road, still go 20 miles an hour because they're fucking kids. When it's 3 o'clock in the morning,
Half term.
I'm allowed to do 40. Like, it's 3 in the morning. If you're crossing the road from a school to a farm, and you deserve to be hit by a car. Like, you're up to something silly. Like, I should be allowed to, like, go a little bit faster at that point in the fucking evening. Trust me, I'm not drunk. But do I really, for fucking no one, have to go 20? Really?
Yeah, there should be a switch on the speed limit.
Yeah. Right. Oh, Christ, we're half an hour in. We should get on to muggles.
Yeah. So muggles are, well, in the wizarding world of Harry Potter, muggles are non-wizards, but in the real world of,
they're not
of
people.
me and you, they're people that lack magic.
Yeah.
People that lack that bit of spark of originality, of creativity, of like switched onness.
Yeah.
If anyone lacks that spark, and they just go by the systems that are in place, and they go with the herd, they go with the sheep herd.
Picture like personality, like a big fireworks display. Muggles are people where the fucking fuse just stopped before it.
Just before the firework.
Yeah, just
went
about.
off.
Still a firework.
They're a damp squib of a person.
Oh, there's still a firework.
They're a wet weekend.
Yeah, they're just not that great. So every week, but the thing is, everyone is capable of doing muggle things, and everyone is guilty.
We're just being disgusting that Daniel's a muggle for wearing crocs.
Absolutely.
Fucking dad, your dad wears crocs, mate.
So we offer 3 things every week which we think belong in Muggle Corner, and if you're guilty of any of these things, you have to stand in the corner for 30 seconds for being such a fucking muggle. I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm going to do one from Twitter. This is from Dan in Praha. People who get excited by the Coca-Cola truck at Christmas.
Yep. And he also said, and the wait out in the cold for it. Now, Dan from Prague, does the Coca-Cola truck actually, is it a thing?
Oh, I just thought it was the adverts he was
Yeah,
referring
because I
to.
thought so too, because the adverts, he was referring to the adverts as far as I read it. And that is like, oh, you can tell it's Christmas, the
Is there an
Coca-Cola
actual
truck's on.
Coca-
You're like, are you being marketed to so hard that you think the fucking Coca-Cola adverts?
Is he a muggle?
What?
Is he a muggle?
Is he a muggle?
Well,
No,
like
no,
if he thinks there's an actual Coca-Cola truck and there's not.
He says waiting out in the cold for it.
Yeah. Is
Maybe he's in Prague, there is. He's from Prague. There's cultures we don't know about.
there?
Is there an actual Coca-Cola truck? Are you looking this up now?
Yeah.
So yeah, like a lot of people have getting so into the corporate side of Christmas, and this is why I fucking always want to go on
Oh
holiday
my
every Christmas.
God.
What there actually is.
Dates and locations of the 2016 Coca-Cola truck tour.
Yeah. Apologise to Dan in Prague.
But Dan, I fully apologise. Visiting 44 locations across the UK, get a photo with the truck, enjoy your new winter wonderland experience, and try a free sample of Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Oh, you are all muggles. Every last fucking one of you that has attended that. Jeez, that's the most... I mean, I'm not even one of those people that like... I hate corporations, but... It's not my thing of like, we need to bring them all down. I'm not Bernie Sandersing it, but I agree it's a problem.
But like, I'm not under the spell at all.
No,
like,
no.
I'm not under the spell. I'm not like, oh, the John Lewis advert's on. Oh, what's it gonna be?
We're adding that in there.
Yeah, well, that's in there with the Coca-Cola truck.
Is it on
John
your
Lewis
list?
Advert. No, I'm just saying that's it's the same suggestion, isn't it?
I've not watched this year's one.
Oh man, people are so like distracted, right? People are so like, oh, this Trump thing, Trump's world, oh, it's the end of the world, it's the end of the world. Oh, John Lewis adverts on, like, it made me think it's the election. Even
Jingling keys.
Jingling keys.
Hey, look over here. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? Hey, look.
X Factor's on.
Hey, it's a dog on a trampoline. Oh, that's funny, isn't it? It's a dog on a trampoline.
Tweet about it.
Yeah.
Hashtag John Lewis.
Oh, anyone that enjoys, totally Dan Praha, Coca-Cola truck, corporation, commercialisation.
Look, guys, just don't be hypnotised.
Yeah. And the John Lewis advert, really, an advert made you feel emotion.
That's really good this year.
It was really, I got teary-eyed. Oh, did you fucking muggle? You got teary-eyed at a fucking advert like a pleb.
Who the fuck? Right, you know when the adverts are on? Just avert your eyes from the television. Fucking check your Facebook, make a brew, go to the fridge, get a beer. Don't watch the adverts.
Yeah,
don't sit and
if you're
stay engaged with the TV.
Yeah, if the Coca-Cola advert comes on TV, just ignore it and go downstairs and help yourself to a nice cold glass of Coca-Cola. Oh no!
What's this? What's this in my hand? How did I get here?
Hold on, I need to pause for another drink. Back.
So, Coca-Cola advert, John Lewis adverts, you fucking
muggles.
I think being led by corporations for your festivities.
Yeah, absolute muggles. Get in the corner. Thank you, Dan. What's your first one?
Well, I had muggles wear crocs, but I brought it in early because it was relevant, right? So, it's not just crocs, it's fashion fads. Anything like a onesie or a slanket or crocs where it just comes in, every cunt's got one, people are taking selfies in them, oh, they're gone again.
Yeah.
They've got no...
I'll totally agree with you.
The waves, like when I was in school, people having curtains haircut, they had curtains.
Curtains?
Curtains hair, David Beckham had curtains.
Joining in a fashion fad.
Joining a fashion fad. Fucking, I'd stand in the corner for 30 seconds because I bought turtleneck sweaters when fucking Burton's decided to bring out that range.
Yep, I belong in the corner for onesies.
Onesie, mate, you fucking strut around in an alligator onesie and fucking...
it's a dinosaur onesie, and I had a Batman onesie, and I think I had... they were all gifts from me to me.
They emasculate men and make women look frumpy.
But that's the thing, like, I totally agree.
There's no, like... For people, like... celebrate that they're wearing them. They're not.
Didn't.
No, it's not like a comfort and convenience thing. It's a fucking post a selfie on Facebook thing.
No, mine was comfort and convenience. Like,
I'd rather see a picture of you and my girlfriend than in a onesie.
Oh, I've got those too, but that's not a fashion fad. It was a couple of weeks ago.
that was just a statement. I'd rather see that.
Yeah, no, I used to wear onesies. I don't anymore because they're broken now. Christmas hint, mother. Yeah, they were. I did find them comfy. Like, see if I was having a stoner day. See, like post Christmas, seeing the Gucci of the year between Christmas and New Year. That time just between Christmas and New Year, when it's just like the 27th. It's a couple of days before my New Year's party. I've got nothing to do. I've got no gigs on. I'm just gonna smoke weed. I'm gonna play my fucking Xbox games that I've done. I'm just gonna eat Domino's pizza and be a fat shameful piece of shit. Why not go full? Why not go? Yeah, do that too, but like this is a full, like it's cold. You've been up in our living room. There's no heat.
Dressing gowns are cool. Yeah, right. Got a pocket.
But they're like a bit too thingy. Like I had a onesie with it was an accidental hole in the front, but man, I could just whap out and pee and wank. I was wanking at this dinosaur at one point. That was probably
man,
that was a proper low.
When you're fucking wanking in your onesie.
Man,
kill yourself.
Man, it was. I was in my fucking dinosaur onesie, and I worked out.
Having a cry wank. Climaxing.
Climaxing just over all the other dinosaurs that died all those millions of years ago. It was great.
Slankets was the other one, wasn't it? Blanket with sleeves.
Yeah.
Get in the corner.
Yeah,
you and your crocs and your slanket and your onesie and your curtains and your turtleneck sweaters and your... just make some decisions.
Yeah, condoms. It's just a fad. It's just a fad for nerds. Yeah, I'll totally agree, and I'll stand in the corner for 30 seconds. Muggles. Here's the third one. Muggles call their other halves this one.
This one?
Oh, see, no, but like on Facebook, be like, hey, just had a great wee day with this one. Shut up, cunt.
Yeah.
Hey, so I was having a bad day at work and this one surprised me with flowers.
I can't wait to see this one tomorrow. 2 hours over. Can't wait to see this one. Picture.
just like again, I know I continuously rail against everything couples do. I'm a bitter, sad little man. Sure, let's keep that theory alive.
What about my better half? What about when people say my better half?
I say that about you,
Me?
ironically, like just because everyone thinks we're a couple already. But yeah, better halves up there. Pet nicknames in.
You know, just in general, the saying the half, better half or other half,
Yeah.
or if you say half, like the minute you insinuate that is are two parts of
Yeah, a whole. Yeah.
of a whole, that's when I think you're getting the idea of what a relationship is.
Oh,
Right?
just sorry, lads, can't come out for a pint tonight. I've got to go home and see the old ball and chain. Shut up, you fucking cunt.
Her indoors. Both of you live your lives. I can't preach this enough. Be two individual people instead of one boring person.
Yeah, like you run the risk of like being like you're two unique snowflakes in the universe, and then you both land on the windshield of like where you live, and then you turn into little rain droplets, and you meet each other, and then you just become a sad fat drip of a couple on the windshield of life, like as you just combine your muggle forces to become like super muggle, like you're like the Power Rangers of muggles. You've each got your little muggle
You formed like Voltron.
yeah, you got your little fucking rings and you put them in together. Form of muggles. Let's watch Come Down With Me.
So this one,
Yeah.
if you call this one,
If you call it this one, any of those other shitty fucking names. Bay, and I'm guilty of that. I call people Bay ironically. I'll even put myself in the corner because Jean's not my girlfriend, but I call her Boo Bear.
I got pet names with me and Natalie.
Ugh.
She calls me Hump Dog.
Because you hump dogs.
Hump dogs. I hump my leg when and the lipstick pops out. Don't try humping my leg.
And you call her a racist nickname.
Mugs.
Yep.
Mowgli.
Mowgli.
She looks like Mowgli off the Jungle Book.
Because she looks like a 8-year-old
Brown
boy.
You're a
faced-
brown boy, put a girlfriend material.
Yeah.
She had a black cat as well that looked like Bagheera.
What?
She had a black cat that looked like Bagheera.
Yeah, except really small and not big at all. I mean, it's...
I got it. Did you see the picture I put where I put a picture of her and a picture of Mowgli, a picture of Bagheera and a picture of Jagger? And it's just I couldn't tell who was who and I kissed the wrong one. Kissed the picture of the cat.
Right, what's your second one?
This is from a caller, long-term listener, first-time caller, Luke Watson.
Oh.
Answers on a postcard. Muggles put clothes on dogs.
Oh, yes, of course they do.
Yeah.
Like, my auntie, my American auntie, lovely, lovely, proper, like one of those aunties, you know, when you go to their house, it's their, just their thing becomes looking after you. Want you to have the greatest day you possibly can. Cannot say a bad word about her, except she's got one of those little fucking rat dogs that just, you know, the small little ones that just have been, that should be extinct. Like, these things were wolves. This is the most degrading thing about dogs. Like, to me, that dog must be the most degrading thing. She
Natural
keeps it-
selection's going to win. If we end up back in the woods, the sausage dog ain't going to last. Like, that's not
jeez.
going to fight for its own food. The sausage dog.
She keeps it in a
gonna
bag.
die.
She keeps it in a bag where it poops, right? And she wipes its bum with wet wipes.
Dogs don't need to wipe their bum.
Huh?
They're self-policing.
No, but apparently she doesn't let it lick a bum.
Dogs don't need to wipe their bum.
You got self-cleaning buttholes.
Aye.
Yeah, but she got it in a bag, so like what if it's
Like I clean my eyes. You know, like there's certain things don't need cleaning. Eyeballs, dogs' bums. It's quite an easy list.
right, dog, you do my arms, I'll do your bumhole.
Vaginas.
Vaginas are self-cleaning,
Yeah.
and if not, I'll do it.
I keep finding Femfresh and my girlfriend's shower and just using it as body wash.
What's
I'm allowed to
Femfresh?
do that. Femfresh.
What is it?
Like creme fraiche, but but tastes of pussy.
What's Femme Fresh?
It's just a female shower gel, but I guess it's probably the what.
Is it not? Is that not for like thrush and stuff?
What are you saying about my lass?
I gave her thrush.
I think it's just like for cleaning up bits and bobs, but I just do my armpits with it and my face.
Why? Because your arm has the texture and smell of your girlfriend's vagina. There's a couple of stray hairs in his
Fucking
sweat.
hairy wet armpit. Fucking put two and two together.
Yeah, I've just now got an image of you just before the shower, just like really leaning over and trying to fuck your own armpit.
Fuck me on armpit.
And you're alone on tour. If it starts making fart noises, you're like, oh, anal.
Sometimes it gets lonely.
Armpit queefs.
Dogs.
Dogs work. Yeah, the
How do
dogs.
we go from dogs to femme fresh? Oh, they wipe their own bum.
No.
So, dog. See, the thing with dogs. I don't know how to word this without sounding like a dick, but
You hate dogs.
I don't hate dogs.
You do hate dogs.
No. You don't understand. I just don't default love them. The same as I don't default love people.
Yeah.
Like if I see a person in the street, I don't go running up to them and rub their cheeks and go, "Who the boy?"
Yeah.
You know. I feel the same about a dog.
Yeah.
Right. I'll warm to a dog. I'll be around your house a couple of times. I'll have met your dog a couple of times. We're buddies now. You know, we've hung out a little while. But if your dog just instantly comes running up and starts licking my face, I feel like as if a person's come up and starts licking my face. One of us is going to get bitten.
No, but you'd love that.
What?
See if the girl just came up and started licking your face. You tell me, he'd be like, oh.
I'd be like, I've got a bird, what are you doing? Not a whore. But yeah, just in general.
Yeah,
like,
but do you think this is maybe?
I just think like.
Do you think this is maybe because you didn't have any pets as a kid?
My granddad had a dog, and I spent every weekend at my granddad's. Every Friday night, would go there, stay there till Sunday evening. And Peppy, the dog was called Peppy. I fucking love Peppy.
Peppy the puppy.
But we're mates. We've built a friendship.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not just gonna instantly just. I
no.
don't instantly love your dog. I'm sorry.
I'll give back to you're in the corner for 30 seconds for using saws in conversation. You made such a good point and then ended with I don't love your dog, saws.
Sozzleberries.
Sozzleberries. Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with you. Like, I don't instantly love other people.
It's
but
the
the
same
second
as,
a
like,
dog gives me that level of affection, I'm like, oh, you're a lovely fucking dog. And I can, like, my always fear with dogs is, like, being rejected. Like, say if you're like, oh, it's a
I'd
lovely
have so
dog.
much respect for the dog if it rejected us.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like fucking
Right.
jumping up at us. If it was like them making us
Right,
work.
but then you'd be like, oh, she's fucking
I'm
treating
hot-
me, keeping me
I'm
keen.
hard to get with a dog.
No, then you'd just it'd be like if a girl rejected you, it's just like, what's that dog's name? Hey, introduce me to your dog. Let me know. Hey,
Get dog me number.
yeah, what's your dog situation? Can I buy a drink? Can I give your dog a bone? Yeah, dressing up dogs is just like I think it's essentially people that treat their animals like human beings. Like my dog Sooty that my parents got. I love Sooty because she's a dog. I don't think she's a person. Right? Sometimes she thinks she's
Your dog leaves me alone.
Yeah.
Quality.
My dog comes in whenever I go home, loves me, hugs me, whatever. But I'm fully aware it's a dog. Like I'll talk to Sooty, but just like in dog talk, I'm not like, oh, buddy, you'll never hear the fucking day I've had today. I tell you what, it's when people start treating their dogs like animal, like, oh, he's got his own little personality.
Dog, innit?
Yeah, and if you're wearing them in clothes, you're just.
People love that dog, so I understand it's a dangerous game. It's like
you were to ever
hating on people's dogs.
If you were to ever go out with a guy or a girl who dressed up their dog, that person either wants to be pregnant or wants to get you pregnant within 6 months. Like that's pure maternal instincts there, or paternal. Obviously.
You know what? As well, I've got this theory that people that love dogs actually love people, right? People that love animals I'm going to get this right. People think animals are cute when they act like people, right? If they wear clothes. If they're sitting up like a person on a chair, right? People think that's adorable when an animal looks like a person. But the minute a person starts acting like an animal, the minute a person takes a shit in the street, you're like, oh, he's a fucking beast, right? That means you like people. You want the person to act like a person, and you want the dog to act like a person.
Yeah, you don't
right?
like.
You don't want any of them to act like a dog. Right? So you hate dogs, you love people.
No, I love animals. One of my favourite friends, Barry, chases cats up trees.
Barry's mad cunt. Barry's just Daz. He's fucking chased a cat. Should have seen Daz man the other day licking his balls. He's fucking licking his balls on the street, Darren.
Oh man, Daz is fucking mental. Like
Off his tits.
I've got to lock him outside. Otherwise, he just climbs to the foot of my bed and starts licking my feet when I'm sleeping.
You know what he did when he was around mine the other day? Dragged his arse across my carpet. Swear down, Darren sat down, right? Front arms. Got some legs. Got some legs.
Who calls them front arms though?
I've got to make a compromise. He wants to call them legs. I want to call them arms. Front arms. Drags his arse across me.
So yeah, if you dress up animals, you are an absolute fucking muggle.
Yeah, and also there's some people listening, and I love your dog. Look, just don't make this about your dog.
No.
Stop being fucking insecure.
No.
I love your dog. We've spent time together. Don't be like, oh, next time you see me dog, looking at how me and your dog's relationship's going. We're
No.
cool. We're good.
Fine.
Don't worry about it. We've got our own relationship. You worry about your relationship with your dog. I'll worry about my relationship with your dog. I'm not trying to win him off you.
This one is from at Josie April Fool on Twitter. Thank you for sending in. Wedding music festival bands after the festival's done.
Yeah, I keep them.
I don't.
I keep them in a box.
I keep my memories. Like,
I don't just have a box with the wristbands in. I've got a box with like a bunch of cool shit from like my career.
yeah, and I sometimes I feel bad that I didn't do that. Like, I get given great stuff from fans, and you have all these great experiences and signs and stuff, and I want to keep them forever, and then eventually lose them or just get rid of them.
Yeah, I've got all my fringe passes. I just whapped them all in the fucking old skybox.
I feel bad for a bit, but then I get like it's all memories for me. Like,
I've never used the box. I've
Yeah.
never dipped into it. What is it? But yeah, like wearing them is.
It's just because they're like it's not even like. First of all, there's a level of arrogance in it. Like, it's showing off. It's like, oh, look at all the things they do.
Yeah,
Look,
I've been to Glasgow.
yeah, I've done all these things. How cool am I? Whatever. But then the other side of the thing, it's just a bit manky. Like, you're showing off how manky you are. Like, look, I'll have sex. I don't wear the condom. For weeks after being like, yeah, smashed this solid 10 the other day, huh? Just putting the next one over it, being like, no, I want to keep the memory of the other one. Just double-
Imagine how pruned your dick would go.
Oh, yeah, back to normal size.
So festival wristbands, yeah, good one. Who was that? Someone on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice one. That's damn right. People that wear festivals,
Yeah.
which is funny because like people that go to festivals are generally less muggly. They're generally cooler people, but that is like a muggle microcosm.
Yeah,
within it.
it's just a little muggle throwaway.
One of our buddies does that. Fraser, who's not a muggle.
Fraser, MK Fraser.
Yeah,
Well,
Muggle Keen's Fraser.
no.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
I've seen. Unless
But Fraser's like, I don't want to sound weird, but he's a sexy man. Like, Fraser's one of those men that whenever I meet him, I'm like, oh, you get laid for different reasons than I get laid. Like, we both get laid, but for very different reasons. I get laid because,
you
like,
talk them into it. He gets laid because they want it.
yeah. Like, Fraser's just this handsome. He's got that look of like the flowing. Normally, guys with long hair look shit, but he's just got. And he's got
chat for days as well.
Oh, he does. He's a fucking dreamboat.
He's a fucking muggle wearing his wristbands like a mug.
You Fraser, you fucking mug.
Alright. So get in the corner if you've got your festival wristbands on. It's a craze it came and went, and it captured a lot of muggles at the time. I think it was around about between 2010 and 2012. It was like a muggle fly trap. The fish pedicure.
Oh, we did this the other day.
That's what brought it into mind, because they were them type of fish, and you could put your hand in and they chew on your hand and stuff.
Yeah,
They used to have them-
they eat all the dead skin scales off your fingertips and stuff.
Well, that's the excuse to take your money.
Aye.
That's like what they're saying's happening. There's never been a point where I'm like, oh god, these dead skin cells on my feet are building up, but I can put my feet in the fish tank. There's never been a point. It's not a need.
No.
It's not even a want. It's not
It's
a need or a want to get rid of the dead skin off your feet, right? And if it is, just fucking wash them, you daft cunt. Don't go into the fucking Metro Centre, which is a shopping centre in Newcastle. Put yourself in the shop window with your fucking feet in a fish tank while everyone's doing their Christmas shopping, and you sit there like a fucking pleb, fish eating your dry skin.
We did it the other day.
What
'Cause
a mug.
we went to the aquarium in Vienna because we snuck some beers in because there was a really good view up there, and they did have one of those things. Now, in that scenario, I was like, because people were putting their hands in and all the fish were swimming around it, I'm like, that looks cool as fuck. I'm doing that. But it was purely for the
Yeah,
experience
I
of.
thought it
I was
was-
like, look at all the fucking fish.
Yeah, no,
They're like
the-
piranhas.
They've done that in Sri Lanka as well. There was a big fucking like pool with like all these like they were massive gold type fish
Yeah.
type ones, and they would like latch onto you. So you put your legs in and they'll like fucking sap away at your legs. But the minute you're doing that, thinking that you're getting something out of it, and you're like,
It's alternative Eastern beauty therapy. I take rhino horn oil and I rub it under my eye.
No, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. Like,
Yeah. What did that cost anyway? I wonder how much it was.
for what?
Like to get put your feet in the
I
fish
know
tank.
exactly how much it costs.
Put
in
that in
Singapore.
all dirty fucking toilet water that 10 other people's feet have been in.
Yeah,
the fish are
water
fucking
must be dirty.
stuffed. The
Right.
fish are just bloated to fuck with dead skin cells or fucking mugs.
Imagine being that fish. Like, what's on today? Oh, fuck.
Cornflakes.
Aye. 5 little piggies. Right, so should we go through those again? If
Yeah.
you were guilty of any of these following 6 things, 30 seconds each in the corner for being such a fucking muggle.
If you've paid for a fish pedicure,
Muggle.
if you've then finished that and put your Crocs on, or any other fad like Crocs,
Muggle.
you also put clothes on your dog.
Yeah, you're a fucking muggle. Go stand in the corner.
You're not
with
a bad person.
No,
Don't
you're not a bad
feel bad
person.
about it.
No, don't feel bad.
Just pay your dues.
Yeah. No. Like, you shouldn't feel bad about any of the muggly. Like, we'll rip you for being a muggle, but we're all guilty of things. I've worn Crocs. I'm standing in the corner. Like, I've done the fish. I'm standing in the corner. It's just admitting that occasionally, you do something that's just a little bit fucking lame and simple.
So someone put on my Facebook status that what's going to be next to breathing.
Yeah,
We're really closing the net. We are fucking closing the net on you guys. We're going to troll and catch every last one of you. We've caught ourselves in the net a few days
Yeah.
too.
If you've ever been to see the Coca-Cola truck live, you are a muggle. If you call your other half this one in Facebook post, you, my lady, are a muggle. Or my sir. And winning musical festival bands after the festival's done, you fucking muggle. Go rave in the corner, you fucking reprobate. Now on to a game we played a while ago, which was fun, where we've come up with 3 statements about ourselves. Any number of them can be true, any number of them can be false, and we have to guess which ones are true or false while reading for them. It's called True Lies, I think. You want to go first?
So my first true lie is I tore my scrotum open when I was 9. I had an accident on the Isabella pit heap. It was where we
Isabella Pit Heap.
The Isabella heap is like it's like a pit heap where there used to be a mine, but there's now a heap of like mountain of earth, and now it's got like trees and stuff on it.
Okay,
And
so you
go
weren't
on,
just
play-
playing in a fucking pit. I thought...
It's an old pit heap, but
Right.
it's like now all trees and
Okay.
footpaths.
So it's
And
not as sad as...
you play like Fox and Hounds, Tiggy, and then one day
Kiss, Kill, Torture.
Kind of climbed a tree, my foot slipped.
And you
But-
tore your... Wait,
Tore-
where did you tear?
Told me not suck just as it connects to me gooch. Oh, it's as well. We've been using the term gooch. This is part of me stand-up
Yeah.
routine. The gooch is the period of time between Christmas and New Year, as well as being the bit between your balls and your butthole.
Yeah, they ain't you.
Gooch.
Yeah.
So it was me scrot. And when I got home,
Your
my
dad kissed it better.
My mum didn't believe us that I'd told me nutsack because I was being a bit blasé about it because it wasn't that hurty. And then I had to show her the tear in my nutsack to her and me nana.
Okay.
Took us to the hospital. I had 4 stitches.
Two
Second-
of them were complimentary.
Second one. yeah. Yeah, can you just tighten this up, please? It's nearly down to my knees already. I'm only 13. I stepped on a plank of wood, and a nail went through my trainer and through my foot. Right through my
Yeah.
foot on the plank of wood, the nail. And I got super upset because my auntie had just bought us them socks.
Not even the shoes.
It was socks with numbers and like divide and subtract and minus and add and like a load of numbers, right?
And a nail went...
It was my first wear of them. My auntie had got us them, and I put the nail through it, and I'm bleeding all over the place, and my shoes ruined. I'm like, my socks are not. You didn't got us.
Okay.
Right, when I was in primary school, there was a shed that kept all the like hula hoops and just fucking stuff that you would use for PE, bean bags and all that were in there. And there was like a little gap between the shed and the wall. And when I was on my own, I wasn't even like playing with other people or showing off or anything. I tried to get through the gap in the shed all the way out the other side, but it tapered. It was thinner at one side to the other, and I wedged my head between the shed and the wall. And the bell rang, and all the other kids went in, and I just left wedged by my head between the shed. And I stayed there crying for what felt like a million lifetimes. And then Mr. Blackett, the caretaker, heard him out.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Blackett.
Oh, I thought you said Blanket.
Mr. Blackett.
I was like, this is the rapiest name.
Mr. Blackett heard me whimpers, and he come along and used his
Raped you.
Superman strength to dislodge my head from the wall in the shed. He moved the shed, and I got out and spent a little bit of time with the nurse, made sure she was okay, and my mum come collect us from school.
You showed your mum your balls heck again for no reason.
So, the 3 things I told you.
How many are true? Do I have to correct? Or
No,
not?
I'm just you guess, right? So I tore my nutsack to show me mum and me nana. Right?
False.
Stepped on a plank. So you think that was false?
Yeah.
Correct, it's false. Happened to Lee. Happened to Rouge.
Okay.
Right, stepped on a plank of wood, went from my foot. I was more crying about my sock.
False.
True.
Okay.
Got wedged between the shed and the
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, it is.
That's absolutely true.
It's a 2 true, 1 false. But the false one happened to Rouge.
Okay. My nickname for 2 months in first year of high school was New Shoes because I came in wearing new shoes.
Oh God, your school sucks. This is the same school where you got put in detention for the first time.
No, that was primary school.
Okay.
So high school was this.
So-
came in wearing new shoes. They're like, all right, new shoes. And the thing was, like, it was so weird. Like, it shouldn't have been an insult in any way whatsoever. But because I took it as an insult the first time, that was my nickname. I've been like, no, they're not new. No, I've had them raised. I scuffed them up. I ran through mud to make them look older.
So you got called new shoes even when you were like they were long gone.
Yeah.
You had a
Oh,
whole-
yeah. Different. Even when I got new shoes, they weren't calling me new shoes because of my new shoes. It was because of my previously retained title 3 months ago of having new. People in that time, every day coming in with new shoes, but because mine were particularly shiny, fucking old new shoes over here.
Bobby Dazzlers. I told you about my school nickname, didn't I? I got called Weed because I was skinny.
Yeah.
So I've
And you
always
peed
been Kai
everywhere.
Bosch.
Yeah.
That's always been a running things Bosch. Has always been my nickname. But it caught on where people were calling us Weed because I was skinny. So it's like I just got weed. That was it.
Yeah.
And then as we got older, and like everyone started getting into Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Eminem, and like smoke weed every day, and weed now means cannabis. So I've been called it because I'm skinny, like the fucking Bill and Ben, the flower pot men,
Yeah.
weed. Right now, weed means cannabis. And I'm just starting to own the name, like fucking yeah, I'm weed. They stopped calling us it.
Lost your
My
title.
nickname got too cool for us. Like, I should probably stop calling Kai weed. Like, he's starting to own it. So, okay, new shoes.
I once super glued my hands together and couldn't get out of my room, so I missed school for a couple of hours.
No.
It's because I used to do Warhammer.
Yeah.
So, you know, you like put together the things and you paint them. So, like, in the morning, like, sometimes I just wake up and just fucking, like, paint for a bit because it's, like, a really low threshold of concentration required. Like, it's, like, you concentrate, but it doesn't require much.
Yeah.
You know how I am in the mornings. I'm not great. So I was putting together some of the guys and I super glued. And I put my hands together just as, like, she's like, oh, how strong super glue? And very.
You just experimented with super glue.
Yeah, and
With
I
your
put my hands together.
Yeah, it, like melts one thing to the next thing.
Yeah, and I couldn't get my hands apart, and I couldn't get the door open at school, and then
Shit, that would have hurt.
didn't find it till my mum came up later.
I super glued my glasses back together one time and got it on the lens, but I didn't want to tell my mum and dad, so I got cut around for fucking ages with super glue on the lens of my glasses.
Just seemed way further in the distance than you intended to. And I once faked being sick for a week at school to play the new World of Warcraft.
A lot of Warcraft going on here. I think you did
Was
phone
there
in.
one World of Warcraft?
I think.
I said Warhammer before.
Is that not the same thing?
No, Warhammer's the little figures. and
Yeah, but then the
Warhammer's-
computer game versions.
No, that's Warcraft. Two different things, you fucking nerd.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I've just lived in this. I just thought that was
Two
the.
entirely different things, World of Warcraft and Warhammer. Not related in any way.
No. You learn something new every day
So,
when you're stupid.
which one of those? I'll go through them. Tell me whether you think they're true or false. Nickname being new shoes.
Nah.
True.
Oh, God.
I know. Super glued my hands together.
False.
It is false, correct. And I faked being sick for a week to play World of Warcraft.
You definitely did.
I absolutely did that.
You did.
It was when
And not only that, but you fucking got banned from Warcraft for. I didn't know until now. I didn't know for a fact about the thing. But one fact I do know about is that you found out a way of robbing people.
Yeah, so I'll do this quickly, but for anyone that played World of Warcraft, you'll get this. For those of you that don't, I'll try and explain it best as I can. It's the online game. Now, I got bored, but was still addicted to it, so I just started fucking around, and I worked out that there was basically this system where my character could send your character something through mail called cash on delivery. So what that means, if let's say you want to buy a sword off me, I send it, because we can't meet because we're in different parts of the world, I can send it to you. You go to a post box and it comes up with the sword. But in order to retrieve the sword, you instantly have to pay me 30 or 40 gold, whatever I've said, and that goes instantly into my account. Then you get the sword, right? I work out that basically for no money whatsoever, you can buy a rock and you can buy wrapping paper. And if you wrap up the rock in wrapping paper, the new item is just called Secret Surprise. So I would wrap up 50 to 100 of these things, which cost me nothing, and then spam out to all the highest level people on the server message being like, hey Adam, happy birthday, can't wait to see you tonight, I've got the Jaeger, I've also bought you this fucking Sword of 1,000 Truths or whatever the fuck the thing was called, it's in here, cost me 700 gold, but I'll be honest with you, I'm skidding out, could I just get like 50 or 60 back, it'll be fine, I'll pay you back in 2 weeks, can't wait to see you tonight buddy, peace. Sent out to 60 to 100 people, took me 10 minutes to do, they would then log off, and the next morning there were 3 types of replies. One was the good people being like, hey buddy, you've sent this to the wrong guy, hope you have a great party, maybe you got one of the letters wrong, cool. Second people, do you think I'm a fucking idiot, fuck you, right? But then 50% of them is I'm raking in gold, and then it's just pure abuse of like, you motherfucker,
Sold me a rock.
Yeah, it was the first. I was essentially the Nigerian royalty of the World of Warcraft servers, like, properly scamming. And then the World of Warcraft people, like, they tried to get me banned for it, and I'm like, no. You've created a fucking world where people murder and kill and do this stuff. The con art industry is surely a part of this. You can't ban it. I've not hacked. I've not done anything. I've used the system you've put in place to work to my advantage.
Don't hate the player.
Hate the game. Yeah, still got banned though. Right. Oh God, we're well over. Let's finish quickly.
Are we?
Yeah, with your dad jokes. Our favourite part of the show. Your dad joke.
Your dad wears crocs, mate.
He does.
That's not how I'm starting.
And
This is a
so
cold, hard
do
fact
I.
life.
Me and old Martin fucking representing East
Yeah.
Weems.
Your dad's nickname at school was Cat Weasel.
Your dad licks his finger before turning the page on his Kindle.
Your dad's got a waterproof mattress.
Your dad licks his finger before peeling off toilet paper and after wiping.
Your dad's in the Guinness Book of World Records for expelling the most types of bodily fluid at the same time. He cut himself so that he was bleeding while he perfectly timed it so he could shit, piss and vomit at the same time as he came, all while crying.
Your dad licks his fingers before a wank. Oh, this one goes out to my lovely. Oh.
Your dad got kicked off the school bus because he's in his 50s.
Your dad shines a torch on his cock to make a silhouette of his dick appear on the ceiling like a bat signal so your mum knows he wants to get his end away.
Your dad slut drops like it pays the bills.
Your dad breath smells like talcum powder and no one knows why.
I'm going to skip ahead to one. Your dad goes through hundreds of pounds worth of talcum powder every year when he should just buy a bigger gimp suit. I think we just found out the answer.
Oh, we
My
did.
dad's breath smells of talcum.
Your dad comes on his toes and calls it a little piggy bukkake party.
Your dad already has his Christmas decorations up.
People think your dad's people think your dad's part of Fathers for Justice, but really he just likes shouting at women while dressed as Wonder Woman.
Your dad still randomly knocks on his mates to see if they're playing out.
Your dad nearly drowned in the shower.
Your dad tells people that he's an actor when he's only ever been in one episode of Baker Grove in 1993.
Your dad eats beans that aren't Heinz baked beans and prefers them.
Weird cunt. Your dad queued for an hour to get Rod Stewart to sign his chest.
Your dad wipes his arse by dragging it along wet cobblestone roads.
Like Darren.
Right, we are done, and not only done with the podcast. No, when I say done, I mean with this episode. We're done with the European tour. First of all, a huge thank you to everyone who came out
And every promoter and every stop that we've done has just put so much heart into it and such personal touches. Like Paulius, that we've just been to Lithuania. Paulius just bought Lithuania shirts with our name on the back. It's just such a nice, when you're on tour and you're like constantly moving and you're constantly on the road, getting up with a hangover. It's just so nice to be met by people that want to take care of us at every station. So massive thank you to everybody.
And thank you to every audience. There literally was not one shit gig in the European tour. So thank you.
Such cool people that come to meet us at the end as well when we're chatting to everybody out. And as well, when people address us as Muggins and Cream.
Oh, it's the tits. It's happened 3 times in the past 4 days, but someone just went, "Hey, it's Muggins and Cream." The grins on our face were stupid as shit.
Like, I didn't know what was happening the other day. Someone was like, "Hey, Muggins," and I was like, "Muggins?" And he's like, "Muggins." And I was looking at him kind of goes, where was it? Where were we last night? Lithuania. So in Lithuania, he's going, Muggins. And I'm like, Muggins. He's like, yeah, Muggins and Cream. I was like, yes.
Oh, that brings stupid muggle-like joy to us when you refer to us.
I'm such a muggle when it comes to being called Muggins.
Oh, because we didn't expect this to go as well as it's gone so far. And that's thanks to the listeners. Even though the European podcast is done, we are keeping this podcast going until you cunts get bored of it. So
so what's going to happen is we're going to still go Monday and Thursday every week. We've still got some of the UK tour. Then we're going to Altitude Festival. Shout out Altitude. 4 weeks to go. Go to Altitude. If you've got the money, use it on Altitude. We're going to be there. And then it's after that, around about Christmas, when we split. You go to LA.
No, it's going to be mid-January. I still think we'll be able to do a few. I think mid-January is when we will. We'll still do 2 a week.
18th is when I go to.
Yeah, but the plan is basically we'll still do 2 podcasts a week. But what the plan is I'll do the Mondays and you'll do the Thursdays, but with different guests while we're away.
I'll be in Australia. Hopefully, Nick Corey will jump on one.
I will be in America. I can probably get people like Jim Jeffries and Jack McBrayer from 30 Rock.
But you'll still be jealous that I'm spending time with Cody.
I will be jealous of Nick Cody.
So, we're going to be dotted around the world, but we're going to keep it going. He's going to do the Monday, I'm going to do the Thursday, and then we regroup in Melbourne.
Yeah.
So the podcast still exists after the tour.
Yeah. And thank you for everyone that's asked. Your concern that we were going to stop this filled us with joy. So the UK dates, we've on the 17th of November, we are in Bristol at Hen and Chickens. That is almost sold out, so get in there quickly. 18th of November, we are in Windsor at the Fire Station. 19th of November, Guildford at G Live. 20th of November, we're in Brighton, Comedia. And then 21st, 22nd, 23rd, we're in Blythe, Bedlington and Ashington.
Punch Drunk, shout out to the Punch Drunk Army, we are coming your way. I know there's a lot of people that listen from the fucking Blythe and Bedlington and Ashington.
Yeah,
and
Blythe's already sold out.
In the surrounding areas. Blythe's already sold out.
Bedlington, huge.
Bedlington's a fucking big venue in a small town, man. That's 350-seater in a population of 14,000. Which is like
it's almost as good as our Estonian rating.
Yeah, so Bedlington is climbing. That was like up over 100, like 3 weeks to go. So we're going to be looking at like record numbers for Bedlington. Ashton's pretty much sold out.
So yeah, those are the dates.
I can't wait to see everyone.
We will talk to you.
Can't wait to talk Geordie again.
Yes, no, I have to slow down your accent. We will be back on Thursday after. I know this comes out on Monday, but just be aware that we're in Finland. And we don't know the Conor McGregor results. We have to record this on Saturday because we leave each other tomorrow. We'll be back on Wednesday where we will be very, very, very drunk and possibly very stoned. So for all of our foreign listeners, be prepared for another Amsterdam-esque episode. We apologise.
Yeah, we keep getting told that I didn't make any sense in the Amsterdam episode. I had so much fun in that
Which is such a shame because that's the hardest I've
I haven't listened back to it, but I was just like, I had such a good time. And then Natalie said it was like, listen to it back.
Oh, it made me fucking laugh my box off. I loved it.
Yeah.
All right, peace. Talk to you soon. Fuck yous.